Kenyan economy at glance. The most promising economy in East Africa and the continental hub of technology is the enticing title that has been bestowed upon us, Kenya. This is coupled by peace custodian of the region and the avid promoter and a believer of and in democracy. These qualities have attracted attention from all corners of the world by both short term and long term investors, which normally is considered to be an economic ignition of sharp or acute growth and development trajectories. However, the current political regime does not seem to recognize this gold mine's potential, and as a result, they are rocking the boat and scaring away the easy catch fish, which is not going to which is not going down well with Gen Z and every other stakeholder in Kenyan economy. Bear in mind that Kenyan just put down the dynasty regime and everyone thought that the economy is going to take a sharp upward trajectory. This is yet to happen. Life seems only to have toughened, especially with the tightening of the government leakages and pilferages. The advent of the Finance Bill 2024-2025 seemed to have rattled the young and mostly unemployed youth to an extent of taking it to the streets of Nairobi, the capital city, and other towns and cities, as well as in demonstrations. Car levy, tax on bread, online content creators, tax, eco levy, amongst others, are the thorn on the flesh, and despite the fact that some have been dropped, the population feels like it's a mere tactic, but the real taxes are still intended to pass, increasing the taxes and the cost of living by creeping into their already meager incomes or lack thereof. In aggregate, there are several issues that stick out, and unless they are currently addressed, this spells doom for the beloved nation, Kenya. These urgent issues include restoration of trust by the government, by the people. The government should only work for the people. High levels of unemployment, especially majority youth. High cost of living, forget taxes for now. Corruption is eating out the little that we have. Curb the excessive government intrusion into private affairs. My point of view is intended to save our beloved nation against the political atrocities that are not based on data or information. If our leaders relied on data and information, they would have definitely realized that some of these statements that eventually translate into policies are flawed, and they equally be more than happy to rectify and do the right thing. It's empirically evident that the national cake has shrunk, causing conflict by one and all of the stakeholders. Second, unemployment is due to lack of involvement of the stakeholders in especially prone production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Third, Kenya needs to use its resources effectively and efficiently, especially Kenyan currency. A country with a central bank, treasury, government, and own currency and working population can never get broke. Fourth, working population on infrastructure is responsible enough to contribute to the national kitty coffers with pride as humanity as pride as humanity with dignity. It's a concept that has been coined that if you put people to work, they'll be responsible to contribute to the national kitty, uh, and they'll be working on the infrastructure, and they'll be dignified. Work gives people dignity. That is a critical point. Fifth, finally, starting from the bottom, eliminate discrimination from in the form of affirmative action for youth, women, elderly, disabled. Just fix the basic economy. Eliminate parastatals. Eliminate government ownership of corporations or shares, things like that. Leave it to the private sector. That's the point. Finally, in conclusion, the government is our agent that has or should have no brain other than our instructions. Guided by constitution, the agent should use the two critical tools to fix our economy, namely monetary policy, in this case seeking to attain optimum quantity of money in the economy, and the other tool is fiscal policy or targeted government spending to spend on areas that are going to reach most people and leave us with a public good while leaving people with money in their pockets. It is clear that our 2010 Constitution never intended to do anything short of ensuring that the government is never intrusive in our private lives. If the current government just deployed the concept of worship, where that is work, where people work, put people work in infrastructure, and they'll be responsible enough to contribute to the national kitty with pride, which keeps the government at bay while allowing people to highly and limitlessly. So be productive units of society, which has always been our ultimate goal. Signed, June 30th, John K. Mutungi.